Joan of Arc, the most powerful woman of the Middle Ages. Joan of Arc is so interesting to study because her life was entirely made of contradictions. She was a saint, but broke the rules of the Bible many, many times, which is weird, considering pretty much the only way to become a saint is to perform a miracle and follow the laws of the Bible. She played a major role in the Middle Ages and unknowingly played a huge role in the feminist movement that we still see today. So today, I want to focus on the reasons why she's such a powerful human being in our history. First, she was a female military leader, which is pretty much a miracle in itself. She was also a cross-dresser, which broke many preconceptions about women and their abilities. She had the ability to hear heavenly voices, which proves that she was a heavenly figure herself. She was eventually canonized as a saint, which, as we know, is not an easy accomplishment. She served for her country, which is the ultimate nationalist sacrifice. And finally, she was a martyr, which is the ultimate religious sacrifice. A main reason why I'm claiming that Joan of Arc was the most powerful woman of the Middle Ages is simply because she was a female military leader in 1429. Now, although that doesn't seem like a big deal because, okay, a girl in the military, it is a big deal. In 1429, women were not expected anywhere near the battlefield. They were expected in places such as the kitchen, crop fields, or making the clothing. If they were anywhere else, nasty looks would be given. But this never really occurred because women never really felt the need to disobey these standards that had been set for them. When Joan of Arc told the king that he wanted to fight, he said that he believed she could, but only if the rest of the world believed that she was a man. This is why Joan of Arc began to cross-dress. She dropped every standard and lesson she had ever learned and joined France in the battle against England when they were attacking the East Kingdom of France. She heard heavenly voices from above that told her to do so. The Bible clearly states that a woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. She was given an order to take up the role of a man, but she willingly did so. This type of thing is unheard of, and must have been terrifying for Joan of Arc, but she did it in spite of her country and the heavenly voices. She trusted that if God had directed these voices towards her, she would be fine to break the Bible in this way. She is powerful and brave for making the decision to break these standards and fight for what she felt is right. Another reason that makes her powerful, especially a reason that stuck out during the canonization process, was the fact that she had the ability to hear heavenly voices. She was commanded by God and the saints themselves to fight for her country, an experience that only the most holy and special get to experience. Just another reason why she's so incredible. Her road to canonization was a bumpy one. She was dead for nearly 350 years before the process of canonization even began. It was hard to declare her saint status because of all the rules she broke in the Bible, but since she did it all in the name of Christ, she was granted canonization in 1920. Her virtues were always in the name of God and in God's best interest, and that's all one could ask for in a saint. Joan of Arc made the ultimate sacrifice for her religion, dying for it. She died in 1431 with the accusations of witchcraft and heresy. The people were scared of her power and killed her in result of their fear. She died in the name of her Lord, which is eventually the reason for her becoming a saint. Joan of Arc did so many amazing things, but she did it all to better this world. If we just reflect on a time period that she did this in, even if she was a man, it would be an incredible act, not to mention that she's a female. If Joan of Arc's efforts are not recognized, we would be failing to acknowledge her accomplishments as one of the first feminists to get the idea out that women in fact can do the same jobs as men. She set milestones in the Middle Ages by leading her military groups out to battle and regaining the land in eastern France. Joan of Arc was not a woman to be reckoned with, which is why she is such an important figure to admire and remember.